Buske. Jonathan Buske. But Buske is good. I caught wind of a God Below reunion. And good band, good people. So I figured I'd stick around and see them again.
How does it feel to be a veteran warrior in the hardcore scene?
I don't know about a warrior or a veteran, but I don't know, it's cool, you know, like I joined a band in 97 or 98 just kind of as a passive-aggressive joke, you know, and, you know, it got taken seriously, and obviously, you know, I wanted to join, so I joined, and 10, 11 years later, you know, like I'm still playing in hardcore bands, and I'm now traveling the world, and you know, it's cool. It's not anything that I don't know, I wear on my sleeve or anything. It's just what I do. You know what I mean? Like I love hardcore, and I always, you know, went to hardcore shows, and I always wished that I could be in a band, and then I did, and you know, I count my lucky stars that all the bands kind of people gave a shit about and wanted to see, other than in, you know, the town I was living in. So one thing led to another, and it's fucking hundreds of tours later. You know, like I've seen a lot and I've done a lot, and it's cool. I love it, you know.
How did it feel to, you know, turn from a musician who just played the occasional show to being a full-time touring musician?
It was a sacrifice, you know. Obviously, you can't hold a job. You can't really hold any sort of. I mean, you can't hold relationships. I'm married, so I mean, but it's hard, you know. Like when you're grinding for so long, for so many years, and you know, like you start off playing to 20 kids for whatever you can get, you know, like it hardens you up a lot, you know, and you kind of just, I don't know, you just throw everything out there, and this is who I am, it's what I do, you know, and like, I don't know, I mean, I don't really think about it much, it's what I do, you know, like I don't really have to, I've surrounded myself with people that understand that, and unfortunately, like, my wife like grew up in the same kind of scene, so she understood the passion behind it, you know, and she accepted it, and you know, we're married now and shit, so I guess she's cool with it. But I don't think about it, it's just what I do, you know. I've had jobs before and I suck. I got fired and I got in fights, and it's like it's not worth it, you know. Like I could die tonight doing anything, whether I had a job or I was in a hardcore band, so I might as well do what I want to fucking do. So that's about it.
Let me ask you, what's the status of you and Terror?
We parted ways a couple of weeks ago, and I was just, it's hard, man. Being in a band isn't, you know, and Terror's a great fucking band that gets to do a lot, and I guess you consider them a big band, and you would think they have, you know, the luxuries of every big band, but I mean, it's all fantasy, dude. Like being in a band isn't like, especially a hardcore band, it's fucking hard still, no matter how big or small your band is. It's like, it's fucking hard, and a lot of the times, you know, relationships just butt heads, and you know, like you get worn down, and I was just worn down, and certain relationships just weren't working, and you know, this the reality, like a marriage, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, you know. So it wasn't working anymore, and whatever, you know, I did what I had to do, so I left. But I wish them the best, you know what I mean? Like they're still a great band, and I was a fan of the band before I joined, you know, so it's an honor to be a part of it, you know, and I made a lot of great friends through the band, so, you know, I'd be grateful for it. But yeah, I'm no longer playing with them.
Current status of Ragman?
It is, it's resurrecting, I guess. I mean, it's been dormant for a while. It's never gone away. It's just kind of been a very far back burner between everybody's other priorities, but, me and Mitz have been talking a lot about it, and we're both like, want to fucking do it this year, you know? So I started writing shit and just sending it to him to do whatever he wants to do with it, and we've got actually a couple songs that we had finished from, you know, before we kind of took a break or whatever, so we're going to try to get together actually this week and start, you know, jamming on those old songs and maybe jamming new stuff or whatever, but we're going to try to do some shit for sure this year.
What problems do you feel are most strongly affecting society and people these days?
I get political now, skipping the chorus straight to the politics. I don't know, I guess just people's selfishness. You know what I mean? Everyone's a survivalist, and everyone's just out for themselves now, and it shows. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy because like living in New York and then coming up here, which is only 5 hours away, just the difference in cultures almost. You know, and I don't know. I don't think TV these days is really promoting any sense of responsibility to anybody. Kids that are impressionable up to, you know, like teenagers and adults who are still fucking up, you know, like I don't know, everything just seems to be fucking backwards.
Now, speaking of politics, your old band, Another Victim, about to release a discography.
I heard that.
You heard that?
Yeah.
So you're not really involved in that?
No, I am, but it's been dormant for months now, so I haven't heard, like, if it's even happening or what. I mean, it'd be great if it did, I would hope I'd be a part of collecting for it, you know. But I mean, I was mentioned, you know, months ago, more than months ago about it, and everything else on it. But I asked Anderson about it. He doesn't know anything about it either. So I know JD's in touch with the guy that's taking care of it, and I don't know, maybe JD's got more info than the rest of us. But yeah, I mean, I hope it happens. It'll be a cool thing. Like that was a cool band looking back on it, you know, like you know, I guess there's plenty of stuff out there that we never got out there that was cool, so sure, why not.
Speaking of JD, Sana Sangre, what's the status of that project? Is it dead forever?
I don't think so. We actually had some offers to actually play in Canada, so I know that was something also that JD was talking to those guys about. He mentioned it to me, and I'll do it. You know what I mean? I don't care. So, I don't know. At the time, like, we were trying to plan for a date or dates, but it was right as the cycle for the new Terror record started. So I was like, I don't really know my schedule. Obviously, we're going to be on tour a lot, so you know, we kind of just set it aside for now. But now that I'm home, maybe we could actually, you know, figure out some dates. But I'm all for it. I mean, I love that band, and I wish that it could have worked back then. I wish it could work now. You know what I mean? Like, I wish it was a great fucking band. I had a lot of fun doing it. So I'm always down.
Who'd be on vocals? Kevin?
I don't know. That's kind of one of the things holding it up. You know, like, none of us are really in contact with Kevin anymore, and kind of one of the you know, reasons the band shit the bed was just we couldn't really see eye to eye with him, you know. So to bring him back in doesn't really make sense, you know. But we never had a real vocalist for him, so I don't know. I mean, we tried to discuss a couple people, but I don't know. We'll see.
You had a company called Act One Design.
Uh-huh.
Talk a bit about that. How active is it? How can people contact you for that?
It basically started because I've always just been into artwork, you know, CD layouts, all that kind of shit, graphic design, and I got to a point where just, you know, the bands I was doing that we needed shirt designs, and I was like, oh, let me try to do some, and I just kind of started doing shirt designs for the bands I was in, and then, you know, bands asked me to do something for them, I did it, and I think it just kind of, you know, everybody knows each other, and one band plays with that band, they like that shirt, and they find out who did it, this and that, and it kind of just started working for me, and people started, you know, like, paying attention and shit. So just to kind of give it a face and a name and collect it all under one roof, I just came up with a name. I was listening to The Roots one day, and it said something about Act One. I was like, oh, that's cool, I'll take it. And I just put a name to it, just to give it some sort of identity. And I don't know, it's cool. Like, a friend of mine works for Roadrunner's merchandise company, and he brought me in as you know, freelance, and I did a bunch of designs, you know, for like Black Label Society and shit, you know, like bands I would never have the opportunity to do work for, and of course it goes in the portfolio, and it just kind of, you know, it's cool. It's something like music. I mean, I have a lot of fun doing it, and it keeps me interested, you know. And I look at other people's shit, and I get inspired the same as listening to music, you know. So it's cool. It's like kind of the same world in reality for me.